When it comes to any high school sport, the West Catholic Athletic League always seems to shine brightly. But perhaps the sport of boys basketball best showcases the talent of this league from top to bottom. From the campus of St. Francis High School in Mountain View, the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs of San Jose square off tonight against the Lancers of St. Francis in high school boys basketball. Good evening with Darren Arbet. I'm Kirsten Fairchild. Youth is the word when it comes to describing the Mitty Monarchs this season. Darren, Mitty has just one senior on its roster.
You're right. You got to start off with the 6'6" Aaron Gordon. He's a freshman, Kirsten, but he can really control the boards. Then you have Brandon White, number 13. He's a point guard. He can really put pressure on the ball. Then Stephen Mead, he's their leading scorer. He's coming off the bench tonight. He was sick and missed a few days of practice.
Stephen Mead, that lone senior we were talking about. St. Francis, conversely, has 9 seniors on its squad. 3 of them have been playing varsity ball since they were sophomores. Depth and experience have served the Lancers well this season.
You know, I'm going to start talking about Patrick Crawley first, number 22. He's doing a great job as far as controlling the boards, hitting the open shot, and he can handle the ball too. Then you have to talk about Tyler Johnson. He's their go-to guy. He's already committed to Fresno State. Look for him to do big things tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by
KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, Home Instead. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead, to them, it's personal. The opening tip when we return, it's the Monarchs and the Lancers up next on KVT 15.
Ever since Dad died, taking care of Mom is overwhelming. I can't do it on my own.
Sure, my mother needs me, but I just want to be a daughter again.
Mom wants to stay in her home, but needs more help than ever. It just can't be me all the time.
Struggling to care for an aging parent? You're not alone. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead. To us, it's personal.
At Raskob Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of St. Francis High School in Mountain View, it's West Catholic Athletic League boys basketball. The visiting Archbishop Mitty Monarchs, 11-6 overall, 4-3 in league play, currently holding 4th place in the WCAL. Into town to take on the home team, the St. Francis Lancers, 15-2 overall, 7-0 in league. The Lancers in their home white uniforms. The Mitty Monarchs in black and gold. Brandon White for Mitty in the circle. Robert Bates wearing number 4 for the Lancers. St. Francis to go right to left across your screen. We're underway. Mitty wins the tap and gets to work on offense. Colin Wan and Brandon White will share the point guard duties for the Monarchs. This is the shooting guard, Kyle Toth, handing off to White. White is 6'2", junior guard. Connor Gorman swinging the ball to Brandon White. Tough defense in man shown by the Lancers early. 10 seconds on the shot clock. High school boys basketball, a 35-second shot clock, down to 4. 3, White trying to break loose. And that's going to be a backcourt violation on the Monarchs. What stifling defense by St. Francis.
That's something Coach Mattel was talking about. He's playing good defense tonight and hitting the boards. He definitely started off by playing good defense tonight.
Spencer Britschke with the ball for the Lancers. Bates taking a baseline with the runner, 2-0. St. Francis, a minute gone here in the opening quarter.
Bates did a nice job just bodying his defender there and getting between him and the basket and putting that up there on the easy layup.
Juan being guarded by Vince Miles in man. Juan now with the ball. Open shot, open look. It's drained, the 3 by Brent Younger, the 6'3" junior forward. 3-2 Mitty, St. Francis with the ball.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. He was open and he just laid it in there. A nice stroke there, great form.
Great look down low, kicks it back outside. Mitty and man. Lancers, this is Britschke. Britschke working on Juan. Britschke turns, changes his mind. St. Francis gets the ball back, a 3 attempt on the way, rims out. Lancers with the offensive boards.
Yeah, that's something that Coach Kennedy talked about. They're going to have to hit the boards, everybody. All 5 guys are going to have to hit the boards. They can't give St. Francis these second shots.
So we had the reset with the shot attempt, 2 minutes gone. Lancers trailing 3-2 at home, 3 attempt off its mark, but what a play by James Osorio. 4-3 St. Francis. Mitty tries to come back quickly. It doesn't pay off. Turnover.
You know, that's what we were talking about is Osorio. He just crashed the boards there, got that loose ball, put it back up for 2.
Vince Miles getting the start tonight for St. Francis. He's bringing the ball up. Toth on him and man-to-man. It's a 4-3 Lancers lead. 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. And we're going to have our first foul of the game. That foul called on Brandon White, his first personal.
Yeah, they're trying to be really aggressive right now, both teams, as far as playing defense and coming out and catching them at the top of that key with that defense.
Britschke off to Miles. He's going to be called on a walk.
Yeah, he took a step there without putting that ball on the floor. Every time you do that, it's going to be a travel call.
Younger to inbound for the Monarchs. Mitty, 4-3, currently in 4th place in the West Catholic Athletic League. That's how they finished last year, went 9-5 in league play to finish in 4th place. Open shot once again, does not go down, and Miles skies for the rebound. Miles going to get pushed from behind, and White picks up his second personal with just 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
You know, White, that was nice aggressive defense by him, but go back to what Coach Kennedy said, you know, they got to crash the boards tonight, and you see there they take a shot, and one guy's around the boards, and that's Brandon White.
White exited the game. Stephen Meade, the captain of this squad, co-captain in to replace him. You see the putback for Miles, 6-3 St. Francis lead.
They're going to have to block out there. Miles didn't get blocked out, and anytime you don't block out a guy like Miles, that 5'11", you know, he has good hops. He's going to get up there, get that ball, and put it back in.
Loose ball on the floor, and it goes the way of the Lancers as Mitty checks in for the first time tonight. The 6'6" freshman Aaron Gordon wearing number 32. Gordon, the younger brother of Drew Gordon, who graduated from Mitty 2 years ago. What a phenomenal basketball player Drew Gordon was. Still is. Britschke from the corner for 3. And a walk called. Lancers fans want to push, but Robert Bates called on the walk.
Bates went up strong there and got that ball and just came down and then put it on the floor and took a couple steps there.
Colin Wan, one of the co-captains on this Mitty squad. His brother played at Mitty, and another turnover. St. Francis, a behind the back pass in traffic, and Wan comes up with it. It's wild and woolly here in the opening quarter. Wan misses the jump shot, and a foul going against Mitty.
You know, that was a foul against Mitty there, Stephen Meade there. But what I like, Kirsten, Coach Kennedy brings Stephen Meade off the bench and Gordon off the bench. Gordon is leading this team in rebounds at 5 rebounds a game, and Stephen Meade is their leading scorer. They're more aggressive players, and you saw it right there.
Meade called on the personal, 13 foul, 3:45 left to go in the first quarter. Lancers with the ball and a 6-3 lead. Drew Silver with the ball for the Lancers. Pass down low, in the paint, shot attempt short, and it's Toth coming down with it for Mitty.
You see Gordon made a difference there. He was able to make him change his shot there, and then they got the ball back there.
Toth with the ball. Lancers playing straight up D as Juan takes a moment. Juan stays with it, and that foul's going to be called on the floor. Are they going to say? No, he's going to be shooting. So Drew Silver called on the first foul for the Lancers tonight. Drew Silver wearing number 33, 6'3" senior. Also out on the floor for the Lancers, number 5, Tim Wang, 6'1" senior. As Juan's first attempt comes up empty. Tyler Johnson wearing number 24 for the Lancers, 6'2" senior, who's gotten a lot of accolades as of late, well deserved. Juan 1 of 2, makes it a 2-point ball game. 3 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. The Lancers with a 6-4 lead. And another walk called on St. Francis.
Yeah, they're just not in the rhythm of their offense right now, and wasn't able to put that ball on the ground and took a few steps there.
Toth being guarded by Sean Dawkins, wearing number 44 for St. Francis. Toth trying to take it coast to coast, but it's Wang with a defensive board.
Yeah, you see Wang, there was 4 St. Francis kids there around the boards. You know, Mitty's going to have to crash the boards if they want to stay in this ball game.
St. Francis cold from beyond the arc so far. Mitty off the glass to tie up the ball game. Stephen Mead making it count. 6'6", 2:30 left to go. And foul on the floor, 14 foul on the Monarchs.
I like Stephen Mead. He's came in, Kirsten, he's been aggressive. He's hit the boards, took the shot right there, just created his own shot right there and got the 2 points to tie this game up.
Foul on Toth, his first. The inbound pass, and Mitty comes up with it. It's Aaron Gordon, the freshman, looking ahead, finding an open teammate. The shot off the mark, and Mitty comes down with it. It's Gordon. Gordon, an opportunity to make it a 3-point play and take a 3-point lead here in the first.
You're going to see Gordon, Mead missed the shot right here. Look at Gordon, off balance. I like the way this kid is dribbling, created a nice soft touch. Look at that, Kirsten, and one.
Silver with the rebound. The Lancers at home, an undefeated league record on the line, trailing 8-6 to the Monarchs. Putting on the floor, weaving and drawing the contact. That's the 5th foul on the Monarchs. And stepping up to the line is Tyler Johnson. What a roller coaster year for Tyler Johnson in some ways, coming back from the surgery and really, as you talked about, has so much success over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you know, he was the San Jose Mercury Player of the Week. Actually, was in the newspaper today, Wednesday, and they say he's supposed to get a State Player of the Week also, the ESPN Rise State Boys Player of the Week. So
how rewarding for him and this squad that he comes back and is able to rack up so many honors. We're all tied up at 8, opening quarter, 1:40 left to go. Mitty with the ball. Juan takes it inside, short, and the uncontested board for St. Francis.
Juan got himself in no man's land there and just had to put it up and didn't have a good look at the basket.
Dawkins misses on the reverse. It's freshman Gordon making his impact felt since coming off the bench midway through this one. 70 seconds left in the first quarter. Gordon short, and Wang is there. The St. Francis crowd lets Gordon hear it. Off balance shot out of Tyler Johnson. Get that to fall. 10-8 Lancers.
That's what he does so well. He can hit that shot falling away. He has a tremendous shot, and that's something that Coach Mattel talked about, is that just his off-balance shooting is just phenomenal.
Timeout on the floor called by Mitty. 10-8, the Lancers lead at home. We'd like to thank KMVT's all sports presenting sponsor, Home Instead Senior Care. for their generous support of this program. Thank you so much to Home Instead Senior Care. Alongside Darren Arbett, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. You are watching West Catholic Athletic League boys basketball here on KMVT 15. Really a great season thus far, the winter season. We hope to have some soccer for you in a week or two, and of course, continuing to bring you high school girls and boys basketball from the Mount View and Los Altos areas. Darren, this is a school night, a very healthy, vociferous crowd in Raskov tonight for this matchup.
Yeah, they're starting to trap them now. This is what Coach Kennedy talked about. They're going to give, St. Francis is going to give you a lot of looks, and he needed his team to handle these different looks. And you saw right there, they came out with that trapping defense, and Mitty threw the ball away.
Johnson with the ball for the Lancers. 35 seconds left in regulation, 10-second differential on the game, on the shot clock is Crowley with the drainage. The 3, 13-8, 25 seconds left for Mitty.
I like Crowley. You know, he's leading the team in rebounds. He can hit the open shot, and he can also handle the ball, Kirsten.
Vaughn trying to be aggressive, gets denied by Johnson. 5 seconds left on the clock. The 3 attempt, it's good. Tim Wing doubling up the Monarchs with the 3. It's a 16-8. Lancers lead it home.
Yeah, you're going to see Juan right here. He didn't have a good look at the basket. Then you're going to see this transition right here. Stops and pops the 3 right there with just a few seconds remaining to take a 16-8 lead.
In the open, we talked about the 9 seniors for St. Francis. Tim Wang giving his home team, the Lancers, and the home fans something to cheer about. It's a 16-8 lead. Second quarter up next when we return to KMVT 15. St. Francis up 16-8. Second quarter just to begin. The Lancers 15-2 overall, 7-0 in league play. Head coach Mike Model assisted Steve Filio for 7 years and has been the head coach. What a great job, what a great tradition he's been able to continue here at St. Francis in Mountain View. The Lancers with the opening possession. Johnson, I believe that's going to be a 2 from Johnson. He has come off the bench feeling it tonight. Toth with the response, and it's a 7-point lead for the Lancers.
Yeah, Toth is their third leading scorer at 9 points a game, and you saw right there he drained that one.
We see Johnson trying to make things happen. Gordon helping him up. Shooting foul. That'll bring Johnson to the line. Juan's first personal, 16 foul.
You know, I know that Coach Motil has his top 10 that he plays, and you know, but when Stephen Meade, Gordon, and Johnson are on the court with and Crowley, those are difference makers right there, and you just see the way they play the game. It's exciting. It really is.
Johnson makes his first. 2 of 2 effort. 20-11. St. Francis with the lead. Mitty with the ball. Mitty coached by Tim Kennedy in his second year. And the shot from the left wing rims out, and the weak side board brought down by Crowley. Crowley bringing it up. St. Francis always pressuring. Dawkins doesn't get the friendly bounce, and we've got a foul. It's going to go against Mitty. So Juan picks up his second. That's the 7th team foul. And 1-1.
Yeah, Colin Juan, he was just putting too much body on him right there, and he was trying to be aggressive. But Kirsten, that's what they need to do right now. They need to hit the boards and be aggressive.
Wang at the line. Misses. We're going to have an over the back called against Dickey. That's a 3rd team foul on St. Francis.
Yeah. Dickey really hit the boards there, but like I was alluding to earlier, Mitty's going to have to block out and handle this trapping defense that St. Francis is trying to play right now.
Sean Dawkins, the junior, on one. Juan with the feed up to the high post to Gordon. Gordon, good look down low. But we're going to have a whistle. That's going to be a foul. And that's going to be called against Wang. His first personal, 4th team foul. I like the look, though, from Gordon, knowing his teammate, knowing to give it up when he was in trouble.
Gordon did a nice job giving that up down low and drawing the foul on his teammate.
Gordon makes the three and sets the screen. Baseline attempt is good. Nice looking stroke from Brent Younger, the junior.
Yeah, that was nice. That must be Younger's spot because he stroked that one and laid it down.
Lancers up 20-13, and Wang will head to the line.
Yeah, Wang is doing a good job penetrating there and dishing the ball off, but that time he tried to put it up and he got fouled there.
So Colin Wan picks up his 3rd personal. We saw Brandon White exit early in the first quarter after picking up 2. Wang makes his first, make it a 21-13 lead. Jason Anderson, wearing number 44 for Mitty, the 6'4" junior forward, checks in down low. Joins Gordon down low. Brandon White returns as well. Wang, 2-for-2 effort. It's a 22-13 lead as Brandon White will now handle the ball since Juan is off the floor. Trying to get in Gordon, and the whistle blows. So that foul called on Crowley. His first personal. 5th team foul.
I like this matchup with Crowley and Gordon. You know, they're playing hard right now.
A walk called on Toth. Our referee tonight is Clarence Robertson. Umpire number 1, Clint Akamura. Umpire number 2, Leo Hermoso. Rascop Memorial Gymnasium, the site of this West Catholic Athletic League boys basketball game. 6 minutes left to go in the first half. St. Francis with the ball and a 22-13 lead. Wang is going to be called on too many steps.
But I like what he's doing. He's taking the ball to the hole, and not only does that open up a layup for him, but it opens up that dish off to one of his teammates.
White loses control and then regains it for the easy bucket.
Yeah, White did a nice job. You're right. He lost control of that, but then when he did gain control, it was a nice soft shot there for 2.
Lancers up by 7. Long distance 3, that's short, and Gordon is there. White with the ball. Over to me. This is Toth. Gordon for 3. Back iron, chased down by White. Mitty looking uncertain of what to do at this point. And it's the steal by Crowley. Crowley lays it in for the easy bucket.
And that's what I was talking about at Crowley. He's your leading rebounder. You know, he can hit the open shot, he can handle the ball, and you saw him overplay there, and that's a big man overplaying there, get that ball and go coast to coast and lay it up.
Toth tries to come back, but bounces the ball off his foot. The Lancers come back, it's Johnson, and Gordon protests. It's a 24-15 Lancers lead. That's Gordon's first personal 9th team foul against the Monarchs.
See, you saw Crowley right there, just did a nice job of cutting in front and having a nice layup there.
Johnson makes his first as Mitty checks in for the first time tonight. Jordan Penny wearing number 42. He's a 5'11" junior guard. Britchke returns for St. Francis as well as Osorio. Johnson perfect from the line as Miles back in for St. Francis. Johnson has a seat. 4:34 left to go in the half. The Lancers with a 26-15 lead.
Yeah, you see the pressure right now that they're trying to put on the ball, and that's something that Coach Kennedy talked about they were going to try to do.
Got to have a hand check called against Miles. His first personal. 6th-team foul on St. Francis. White inbound, finds Gordon. Gordon puts it on the floor, draws the contact, and a chance for three.
Yeah, Gordon did a nice job. You see right here, pump fake there, put it on the floor, then went up high with it, got the bucket and one.
He does convert the three-point play. Lancers up by 8, 26-18.
Seen a little pressure by Mitty here, Kirsten.
St. Francis, another off-balance shot, doesn't fall. Penny comes down with it. Penny. And just gets mowed down. And that'll send her to the line for 1 and 1.
Yeah, Penny was just bringing it up on the elbow here and trying to get up the side of the court. And you're right, he was just mowed down. And they were trying to trap him there.
Osoria called on his second personal, 8th-team foul. Penny at the line for 1 and 1. In the friendly bounce. Johnson back out on the floor for St. Francis. Crowley will have a seat. Penny a chance to cut into this deficit. He does. Lancers up by 6, less than 4 to go in the half.
They're putting a little pressure there in the backcourt on him right now. Just making them work it down, take a little time off that clock. Nice play there, nice overplay.
Penny goes down this time. Bridgkey for 3. Nailed it. 29-20, St. Francis.
Yeah, Bridgkey, the 5'11" senior there. Nice shot there by him.
Gordon bringing it up, working on Miles. Gordon showing some range. White, pardon me. And we're going to have a foul going against the Monarchs. So White picks up his third personal.
Yeah, White's going strong. White's going strong to the hole right now, and unfortunately he picked up that foul.
That's right, so White will have a seat. In to replace him, number 44, Jason Anderson, the 6-foot junior forward. Bridgkey running the show. Off to Wang. $12 on the shot clock, 3 on the game. Johnson with the fadeaway for 2.
He's the real deal. You see, he just faded away on that. He just drained that jumper from the top of the key.
The guy's a shooter. 30-20. St. Francis with the lead. 2:45 left to go in the first half. Penny keeping his dribble. Gets into trouble, and Johnson. Bridgkey finding his man in the corner. It's Wang. Wang for 3. It's a 14-point St. Francis lead. Tim Wang, who hopes to play basketball at MIT next year, showing he can do it in the classroom and on the floor as well. Timeout on the floor, 2:25 remaining in the half.
And you're going to see right here, nice transition, gets the ball off there, passes to Wang in the corner, and like you said, he just drained that from that corner there, all net.
KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor is Home Instead Senior Care. home instead. To them, it's personal. And taking a look at the West Catholic Athletic League record, St. Francis, as you see, undefeated at 7-0. Big wins last week over Sarah and Bellarmine. Mitty tonight, followed by Sacred Heart, St. Ignatian, Reardon, and Valley Christian looking for that first win. You know, Darren, we look at the 7-0 record from St. Francis. Last year, when Mitty came to town, the Lancers had a 19-0 record, and Mitty was able to pull off the upset. But here they are in the first half, down by 14.
Coach Kennedy talked about having a good week of practice, and he talked about that. Hey, let's repeat history. We came in here last year this time, and we knocked them off. Let's come in, let's play good defense. Got to crash the board. We have to handle their pressuring defense and pull it off again tonight.
Tim Kennedy, the head coach of Mitty, played his basketball at Sarah before going on to play collegiately at Loyola Marymount. Mitty out of the timeout, trailing by 14. Anderson, as we see St. Francis going for the trap. Penny, nice move to get it off to Toth. Toth with the runner will head to the line.
That was a nice movement by Mitty, and Toth went up strong and got the foul.
Crowley's second personal, 19 foul on St. Francis. Kyle Toth averaging 9 points a game. His big brother played at Mitty, as did Colin Wan, Brandon White, and Aaron Gordon. They keep it all in the family. As Mitty checks in Brent Younger, returning to the lineup, giving Anderson a rest. Bates also down low along with Drew Dickey for St. Francis. 1 of 2 effort. 34-21, the Lancers lead. 2 to go in the first half. Johnson just cruising down the lane, but the block by Gordon. The 3, huge for Mitty fans. It's Meade who delivers.
Yeah, that's Meade's shot right there. You know, when Meade gets in that rhythm, he's a great shooter.
Stephen Meade averaging 12 points a game with the big-time 3 to make it a 10-point ball game. Wang up to Johnson. Johnson getting it down low to Dickey. Gordon there with the defensive board. 90 seconds left to go in the half. Meade trying to bring it back. He'll head to the line as St. Francis commits its 10th team foul.
I like what Meade did there. Didn't see a lane to pass the ball. What did he do? He took it himself, went to the hole strong, and got the foul.
Foul called on the 6'8" Drew Dickey, the sophomore. And Meade at the line. Makes his first. Meade, primarily a baseball player, plays left field and third base and getting some interest from local junior colleges for baseball. He is Mr. Hustle when it comes to this Mitty team, especially on defense. 2 of 2 effort. It's an 8-point lead for the Lancers with the ball.
They're putting a little pressure on him right here. There you go. Nice turnover there.
Aaron Gordon. We see how athletic he is, what great court vision he has. Just a freshman. How exciting for the West Catholic Athletic League that Drew Gordon's younger brother is finally playing high school ball. Minute 9 left to go in the half. Mitty on a run here late in the second quarter. Toth for 3. A beautiful shot. It's a 5-point ball game.
Mitty's doing a tremendous job. They moved the ball around there, got the open look, and drained it.
Mitty coming out of that timeout playing well as Wang wanting to help up Toth.
You see right here, nice rotation with the ball there. You see Toth had a great look at the basket and drained the 3-pointer.
Toth called on the foul, his second, and it's Wang at the line. 46 seconds left in the first half. Lancers led by 14. Now it's just a 5-point ball game. Check that, it's a 6-point ball game. Miles back out on the floor. Dickey will have a rest on the bench. Wang misses his second, Gordon there.
We'll see if Mitty try to get a 2-for-1 here on this with 41 seconds left.
Toth for three. Trying to battle for his rebound. Loose ball on the floor. Bounces the way of Gordon. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Gordon gives it up to Bridgkey. Bridgkey loses the handle, but it bounces the way of a teammate. Bates can't put it in. But the whistle goes St. Francis's way, 20 seconds remaining.
But I like what Mitty's doing, and they're hustling right now, and they're playing good defense. They're playing aggressive basketball right now, and that's what they're going to have to do to win this ball game.
Meade doing a good job defensively on Johnson, and St. Francis loses it. Mitty takes over, 18 seconds left in the half.
They'll probably just hold it for one shot here.
Kyle Toth, he's had the hot hand as of late. 10 seconds left. Mitty fans counting it down. 5, 4, Meade trying to get it off his hip. He's going to be called on the walk. Couldn't get it off his hip. 3.7 seconds left for the Lancers. Eddie Trang checking in for the first time for Mitty as Toth earns himself a rest. And it's Silver returning for St. Francis as Miles jogs to the bench. 3.7 seconds left. Johnson with the ball. The pass to Bridgkey. Plenty of time. No whistle blows. 35-29. Both teams head into the locker room. At the break, the Lancers up. Darren, that timeout really paid off for Mitty. They came out energized, they came out firing well and showing a whole lot of determination.
Yeah, Coach Kennedy is doing a great job rotating the guys. I like, even though Brandon White has 3 fouls, he's playing aggressive defense. He's starting the offense. He's making some good passes. Stephen Meade came off the bench and just gave him a nice shot in the arm, as well as Big Gordon. I mean, that freshman, that kid is playing some great basketball right now. It's going to be a terrific second half. I'm looking forward to it.
White and Wan have 3 fouls apiece for Mitty. But the Monarchs showing a lot of life there at the end of the first half. All KMVT high school games are now webcast in full at kvt15.org/sports, so you can watch at any time. Also, KMVT now delivers customized player highlight reels for student athletes taken from a whole season of games. Highlight reels are great for gifts, mementos, and a competitive advantage with recruiters. Highlight reels, local sports, full games, all the time at kvt15.org/sports. Rascott Memorial Gymnasium is hopping. The Lancers with a 7-0 undefeated league record on the line. They're up 35-29 over the Monarchs. Back with the second half in just a moment.
My parents are really slowing down. I feel bad I can't always be there for them.
How do I choose between caring for my mother and caring for my own family?
I've been looking into the options, but Dad doesn't want to leave his home. What do I do?
Struggling to care for an aging parent? You're not alone. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead. To us, it's personal.
Second half action about to begin. The home team St. Francis Lancers up 35-29 over the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs in West Catholic Athletic League play. Welcome back, everyone. Kirsten Fairchild, Darren Arbette bringing you the action from Rascott. Mitty from right to left. in their black and gold uniforms with the opening possession here in the second half. Wide open look, but the miss, and Johnson, who was the leading scorer in the first half with 14, brings down the board.
Yeah, a nice open look there, and just couldn't hit that jump shot there for Mitty.
Great pass and great finish by Johnson. The assist from Silver as Johnson with a chance to make it 3.
And when you watch this replay, just watch the control. He's going to get the ball. Look at that move right there. And in the air, just to control and just put it off the board there for 2.
Just like they did in practice. The 17th point for Johnson tonight, 38-29 Lancers. White to Younger to Toth, excuse me. Toth partially blocked, and bringing it down is Osorio. Johnson working on Toth. Wide open look, short, and off the knee. They're going to say it's Mitty ball.
Yeah, that was a nice hustle right there by Crowley. They're calling him Mr. Hustle here.
He is, as Coach told me, he is Mr. Hustle. Younger. This is White. White going baseline, brings it back. And the Lancers dominating the defensive boards. Wide open, who's got him? Lucky for them, Johnson doesn't fall. And the whistle blows as a smile from Silver.
Yeah, they call that on Brandon White. I don't know if they get that's his 4th, yeah, but that one was close there. I can see why the kid's frustrated.
Silver shooting 2, misses his first. Has Gordon back in, along with Meade. And St. Francis making wholesale substitutions as well, except for Silver, who's at the line. Wang returns, Britsky, and Miles. 1-2 effort. It's a 10-point lead for St. Francis.
Now let's see what Mitty can do with Gordon in and Meade back in. That's where they made their run, when they had those 2 guys in. Gordon was taking care of the board, and Meade was being very, very aggressive offensively as well as defensively.
Wang picks up his 2nd personal, first team foul. Nearly 90 seconds gone here. And Mitty still looking for its first points, but having trouble taking care of the ball. Little wild from St. Francis, but Coach Model asking his team to settle down and run some plays here. We're going to have a foul away from the ball. Or they're going to call that against St. Francis, a 2nd team foul. And that one called on Silver, his 3rd personal, Mitty ball.
Yeah, you know, he's being aggressive down there, trying to get open and post people up, and the ref got him for one.
Juan with the lob pass into Gordon, who tries to get rid of it. He's going to be called on the walk. The Mitty fans are saying there was contact all the way, but no go.
I mean, gosh, he had 2 people all over him there, but let's keep playing then, huh?
10-point lead for the Lancers. 5:40 left to go in the 3rd. Johnson slipping, keeping his pivot foot down. Mitty trying to switch. Gordon comes up with it. Gordon to Juan. Juan, nice no-look pass to Younger, who gets fouled. And Younger will be shooting 2 at the line.
You're right. That was a great no-look pass right there to Wong, and he just couldn't convert it, but he got fouled.
Crowley waiting to check in for St. Francis. At the line, Brent Younger, 6'3", junior forward. And Mitty has its first point of the second half. Sean Dawkins back into the lineup, as well as James Osorio for St. Francis. Sean Dawkins, the junior guard, son of Stanford coach Johnny Dawkins. 2-2 from Younger. It's an 8-point lead for the Lancers.
And I like Mitty's putting pressure here, and they're getting back in this ball game right now.
Dawkins. Bridgekey. Over to Miles. Miles challenging Younger off the glass for the bucket.
That was great body control by Miles right there to bank it off the backboard.
Crowley picks up a foul.
I mean, Crowley, what do you expect? He's diving on the floor. I mean, he's just trying to make it all happen. He's just playing hard.
His third personal, fourth team foul. As Wang showing he's pretty handy with the towel. Gordon, nice play to Juan. Juan, too much. Everything but executed.
Yeah, that was a nice executed play. They just didn't finish right there, and that's something the coach always talk about is the finish.
And that's going to be an offensive against Bridgekey. So 5th team foul on the Lancers. 4:30 left to go in the third quarter. 41-31 lead for the Lancers. Mitty playing catch-up. Juan gets it to Meade. Meade, great job showing some patience. He has not found the hot hand yet tonight.
And he can usually put him down.
And you hear the slap on the wrist. I think that's going to go against Meade. Nope. Toth will be called for it. Third team foul. And that's the 4th on Juan as Penny checks into the ball game for the Monarchs. So all kinds of foul trouble as Dawkins drains the 3-ball. 44-31, the Lancers edging away.
That's a nice shot by Dawkins here. That was a long 3.
Meade for 3. Still hasn't found it. And it's Bridgekey. 3:45 left to go in the third. Johnson waiting to check in for the Lancers. Dawkins. Mitty, Gordon. And too low the pass for Penny to handle. Johnson returns, Crowley has a seat.
I like the vision by the freshman, though. You see he's hustling after that ball and had the whereabouts to know that the guy was there and turn around. Like you said, the ball was just a little too low and it went off his foot there.
3:20 left to go in the third. Lancers led by 14 in the first half. Mitty cut into it. Lancers up by 13. And Gordon bringing down the board. Gordon gives Meade something to chase. Younger trying to get it to Meade. Meade taking it in. Meade from short range.
That was a nice move by Meade there, just taking it to the hole and putting it up with the left hand there.
Meade cold beyond the arc tonight. I believe his 8th and 9th point with that bucket. Bridgekey with the runner. And the tap misses, and Gordon there to bring it down. Penny, 2-on-1 for the Monarchs. Pull-up jumper misses, and Britschke is there, and Penny will be called on the foul.
Yeah, Penny, you know, he pulled up there and took that shot. You know, if he would have hit that one, I think we might have got a timeout there from St. Francis.
Jason Anderson back out on the floor for Mitty. 2:23 left to go in the third. Penny's first personal. He stays on the floor. Gordon earns himself a rest. Britschke. Dawkins. This is Wing.
Nice motion offense here.
And that deflected out of bounds. Stays St. Francis ball with 13 seconds left on the shot. 2:01 on the in regulation here in the third. Johnson in the on the bench. Dickey in. 5 seconds left. Britschke with the runner. Dickey can't hit the follow, and Penny brings it down. St. Francis comes away empty. And that foul called on Penny away from the ball.
Wow.
Second personal.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that one there, gosh.
15 foul, both teams with 5 fouls here in the second. And that's an offensive on Britschke.
Yeah, Brisky.
Excuse me, that called away from the ball as well. Dickey picks up his third personal, 6th-team foul. Minute 20 left to go in a game that has stalled a bit here in the end of the third. Mitty can't take care of the ball. Britschke, can he make them pay? No. Long distance board by Crowley, and Penny's going to be called on his third personal. That'll be the 6th-team foul on Mitty. We'd like to thank KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, Home Instead Senior Care, for their generous support of this program. A big thanks to our sponsor, Home Instead Senior Care. 1:10 left to go in the third, 44-33. The Lancers with the ball and the lead at home. Johnson into the lineup to inbound. Dawkins. Dawkins working on Penny. Penny with 3 fouls. Dawkins missing with the right hand. Juan is there for Mitty. Juan turning on the afterburners, and it doesn't go.
Yeah, Dawkins went to the hole there, just couldn't get it to fall, and then Juan just took it coast to coast.
Dawkins picks up his first personal. That's the 7th. So Juan at the line to shoot, 1-1. Younger returns for Mitty. Crowley for the Lancers. Juan makes it a 10-point game and a chance to cut into this deficit further. It's a single-digit lead for the Lancers.
And I like the pressure that Mitty's putting on them right now. You know, they're trying to keep the heat up on them.
Coach Mike Model calls a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 44 seconds remaining in the third. The Lancers up at home, 44-35. KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor is Home Instead Senior Care. Home Instead, to them, it's personal. when you have the opportunity to KMVT15.org/sports so you can watch any of our high school games broadcast on the web. Also, KMVT now delivers customized player highlight reels for student athletes, and they're taken from a whole seasons of games. Highlight reels are great for gifts, mementos, and a competitive advantage with recruiters. Full games all the time at KMVT15.org/sports. Out of the timeout, St. Francis with the ball. Dawkins over to Wang. Dawkins. Wang, the long distance three, that's short, and Mitty will get it. No, Johnson saves it. But into the hands of Mitty. Gorman, came down with it for Mitty. 20 seconds left for the Monarchs.
Yeah, that was an air ball, and you saw Johnson just flew out of bounds there and threw it back in, and then put some pressure back in the backcourt to try to get the ball.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, the block, 2, 1. Johnson gets it off, back iron. Johnson everywhere for St. Francis. 3 quarters in the books. Lancers with a 44-35 lead. 4th quarter action up next on KMVT 15. Mitty with upset on its mind. St. Francis said, no way, we want to win this one at home. 44-35, the Lancers lead. Kirsten Fairchild's Darren Arbett, KMVT 15, bringing you West Catholic Athletic League boys basketball. The Lancers with the opening possession of the 4th quarter, a 15-2 overall record, a 7-0 league record, an undefeated league season on the line here. The beautiful three by Drew Silver.
That's a nice touch by a 6'4" guy there from the outside.
Juan wasn't looking to shoot after the nice moves. Gordon fires it down to Graham. Brandon White has spent much of the second half for Mitty on the bench. From the right elbow, the miss by Younger. Johnson there with the rebound.
Younger turned around and got a pretty good look, but it just didn't fall for him.
And the move off the glass. Silver is money.
That's 2 in a row for Silver. A nice jumper and then one off the glass right there.
Back up by 14 are the Lancers. Penny. And Penny will head to the line to shoot 2.
Did you see Johnson go up there and get a hand on that ball? He's phenomenal. He just has so much body control once he gets in the air to either block a shot or shoot a basketball.
That foul actually on Osario, his 3rd, 8th team foul, shooting foul as Penny makes his first. Mead to return for Mitty. Mead not getting the start tonight, although he is the leading scorer.
At 12 points a game.
As Penny goes 1 of 1, and it's Brandon White back into the ball game for Mitty. A 13-point deficit for Mitty here in the 4th.
This is their lineup where they're going to have to make a run at them right now. This is a lineup that I think Mitty wants on the court.
Both Mead and Gordon on the floor for Mitty. And it's Juan with the rebound off the St. Francis miss. Younger. Is that a pass? White with the miss as the Lancers fans let Younger hear it. Osario gets himself to the line. 6 to go here in the ball game. 49-36, St. Francis leads. We've seen Mitty be able to make up ground. They just haven't been able to get over the the hump, and now they're down by 13.
Well, the thing with Mitty, you know, they're just not able to finish it off. You know, the shots aren't falling for them. They're not able to get the scraps on the boards. They need to do those things to beat a team like St. Francis.
Rosario makes it 51 points for the Lancers as Gordon trying to get White to break loose to inbound. Brandon White, the junior, averaging 3 assists a game. Juan earns himself some space, gets the cushion, and drains it from the right elbow.
That was a nice shot by Juan. He got open there, got a nice look, and like you said, he just drained it.
Johnson finds the open man. It is Britschke, 50-38. Mitty has to stop the bleeding. Johnson. We talked about the court vision of Gordon. Johnson, a senior, shows he is everywhere. Misses the layup from the left side. It's Mead. Mead with the left hand for the bucket. Mitty's going to need a few more of those.
That was a nice play by Mead there. Came to the other side of the bucket and laid it off with the left hand there.
54-40. Lancers. Rosario working on Gordon. Gordon with the block. Mead for 2. Rims out. And it's Lancers ball.
Yeah, Mead just can't get his shot to fall tonight. And you're going to see the block right there by Gordon. You see he went up. That was a great block by him. But I like what Mead did there is body the guy. So
he was body checking him right into his coach's lap.
Yeah, bodied the guy, got the ball up, didn't throw it, didn't pass it, put the shot up. Like I said, it just didn't fall for him.
.420 left to play. Lancers. Johnson staying with it from the left hand. Back iron. Mead is there. St. Francis falls back. And you see how you can't do anything casually if you're the opponent facing the Lancers. There's no downtime for St. Francis.
No, Britschke there, you know, he has a lot of energy and he's playing hard tonight. And he's hit a couple of big jumpers and he's playing hard defense too.
Juan off his mark. Britschke with the tip to Osario. So Mitty has come up empty on their end. Not making these stops pay off. Johnson kicks it out to Britschke. And the pretty up and under by Silver, 56-40.
Johnson did a nice job just dishing that off to Silver and easy off the glass there.
Gordon has really not taken a lot of shots, not had too many looks here in the second half. Three minutes to go in the ball game. Britschke, the short range jumper, that looked way too easy. And Coach Kennedy of Mitty is gonna call a timeout, 2:56 remaining. His team trailing 58-40 to the St. Francis Lancers.
Yeah, you know, you recap this game and you look at it, Kirsten. Mitty just wasn't able to get their shots to drop, and they weren't able to put enough pressure on St. Francis defensively to stop them.
We'd like to thank KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, Homestead Senior Care, for their generous support of this program. Learn how Homestead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Kirsten Fairchild's Darren Arbet. What a year St. Francis had last year. Co-champions in the West Catholic Athletic League with Sacred Heart Cathedral. Went on to win the Central Coast Section D2 title. Lost in the NorCal final to a very good Rockland team. St. Francis comes back. They've got 9 seniors. There's a lot for these seniors who were juniors last year to duplicate, to replicate from last season.
You're right. I mean, they play great defense. They play hard. Their bench is deep, Kirsten. They're 10 deep over there. And when I say they're 10 deep and they're strong. They play hard. Their 8th guy can shoot the ball and rebound the ball. They're definitely a team to contend with this year.
Out of the timeout, Mitty trailing 58, 42, 45 less to go. Gordon gets himself some more points in the scorebook with the close range bucket.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That was a nice bucket by them to cut into that big lead.
And the hand check called. It'll go against Gorman. Mitty out of the timeout, checked in number 15, Neil Vranikar, 6'4", sophomore forward. Osario makes his first, both teams with 8 fouls. It was the first personal on Gorman. And a nice second half for James Osario.
You're exactly right. He's done a good job. He's come in, good defense, shot the ball, and what you to say about this kid? Gordon there just gets the ball. Nice assist there by Brandon White. Gordon gets the ball, turns around, lays it in.
White and Gorman just playing catch as Coach Modal calling a timeout. 2:12 left to go. The Lancers up 60-44. St. Francis just 2 losses on the season. One came early on December 4th at the Westmont tournament to Westmont of Campbell, a 58-56 loss. And then on New Year's Eve at San Ramon Valley and Danville, it was a 5-point loss, 50-45. I know you have a connection with the Westmont school, Darren, and a big win for Westmont, that 2-point win back on December 4th over the defending CCS D2 champion.
Yeah, you know, it was a Westmont tournament, so Ben Neves had a big game that night, and Johnson didn't play. But, you know, I bet you if you talk to Coach Mathill, he would tell you, hey, that's not an excuse. You know, I have an array of other guys that can play basketball, and we lost the basketball game.
Darren Arbet's son plays football, named to first team All-League for Westmont this year, a senior. Big things expected of him on the gridiron. Out of the timeout, Mitty down by 60-44. The Monarchs, as we mentioned in the open, Darren, just 1 senior on the squad, but boy, does their future look bright.
It looks real bright. I mean, they're deep. And anytime you're deep like that and you can play from top to bottom, you know, you have to feel good about it.
Britschke with the ball for the Lancers. The 3, back iron, Gordon there. Gordon over to Wyatt, and you saw Silver climb the ladder for the big-time rejection. That foul's gonna go
Yeah, you see
against Britschke. You got swatted. Second personal, 9th team foul, as White misses his first. One of 2 effort. Less than 2 to go in the ball game. Johnson weaving through traffic. Rosario. As we see Mitty cooling off the dogs a bit, making sure they use up their shot clock, which is now down to 5. Bridgkey breaks loose with 3 seconds left, doesn't fall. The Lancers retain possession.
Yeah, they're doing a good job moving that ball around. Just that rotating offense and making sure everybody touched the ball.
It's the 9th team foul, 2nd personal on Gordon as Johnson at the line. He's just racking them up here tonight. It's Coach Kennedy looking on. Asked Coach Kennedy, how do you end up with just 1 senior on his squad? He said, last year we graduated 6. Just worked out this year, but they've got plenty of juniors as well as sophomore and freshmen for next year. 62-45, 1:10 left to play. Gorman firing over to Vranikar, and it's Wang for the uncontested rebound.
Yeah, Mitty's playing to the end. You know, like I said, it just didn't fall for him tonight, and they weren't able to get those scraps and a couple of easy putbacks.
Foul called on Mitty with 43 seconds left. Crowley will be shooting 2, 10th team foul. And I believe that will be the exit. Nope, that foul called on Gorman, just his 2nd. Crowley makes his 1st. As Bridgkey looks to return. 2 of 2 effort. As Wang will have a seat. Bridgkey back in. 64-45. 43 seconds left to go in this West Catholic Athletic League. White trying to get it into Gordon, but Crowley denying. Vranikar can't hit. That's Lancer's ball.
That's been the story all night. You know, the balls are going in the basket and coming out. They're just not falling tonight.
20 seconds left to go. Spencer Bridgkey, the senior. 1 of 9. And White knocks it away from behind, so 11 seconds left. Johnson to inbound. Once again for St. Francis. As the crowd begins singing happy birthday. A lot of good high school athletes celebrating their birthday today.
Yes, they are.
3, 2, 1. St. Francis has done it. The Lancers 64-45 over Mitty to move to 16-2 overall, 8-0 in league. Mitty falls to 11-7 overall, 4-4 in league. Tyler Johnson, Spencer Bridgkey, Tim Wang and company getting it done at home before a great crowd to stay undefeated in league.
You know, what can you say? You have to talk about Crowley. He played a great game. I mean, I love to see him diving on the floor. You know, Dickey, he's a big, tall kid, played well, but when you take a look at this team, you look at Tyler Johnson. Gosh, he's special. He just can take the game over anytime he wants. And anytime you have a player like that, you're always going to have a chance to win your league, your division, or your section like they did last year.
It's been a tough couple of weeks for St. Francis, facing Sarah, Bellarmine, and Mitty, but the Lancers showing right now they are the cream of the West Catholic Athletic League crop. On behalf of my partner tonight, Darren Arbett, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. Let's give a big thank you to our producer, director, Bobby Chastain in the truck. On camera tonight, Tim Erskine, Lisa Tessler, and David Alvarez. Big thanks to the St. Francis Athletic Department, especially the AD, Michael Pulowski. And again, if you'd like to purchase DVD copies of any KMVT game, visit our website or call area code 650-968-1540. A big night for the Lancers, making a statement in the West Catholic Athletic League. 64-45, the win over the Mitty Monarchs. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time on KMVT 15.